go very quick, the way that we make money, we have 2 weeks renting our platform and also consulting. I'm going to just jump until the team. This is the way that we charge. This is a real case with 2,000. It's 400 people in a teamwork session. So this is our customer that we have been through. This is the conversation that we have open around the world, and we are looking to enhance and to close deals. This is our competitors. This is what we have so far. This is the biggest scavenger, but we think we might be through some models that they are looking for this kind of market. Flexible and okay. Thank you very much. Thanks.
How much has Scavenger raised, and what do you think is their valuation or revenue?
Well, so far they have $50 million they raised, well, until we know. And well, they move a little bit. They started same as us, and they moved to check-in area, and they are going through more tourism or probably to advertising business model. But they will be easily going to mine, so this is why I consider them as a company.
No, I'm saying that again, if they are really successful and they do exactly what you do, it's not a bad thing. You know, if you could play in that area as well.
Yes.
What do you see as your key differentiation compared to the competition, and how do you plan to maintain that? Because this seems eminently copyable.
Yeah, indeed. Well, the thing is, brand will be something that we don't have yet. We would like to push to have enough brand to do it. The main differentiation that we have now, first, we're the first now doing this. But soon they will become the next one, and we're going to be the first with a strong brand with a lot of knowledge. We have been 2 years working for this, and we have with diverse companies, huge companies. We have been with companies like Nestle, with other companies. So now, to go global, we think this is too strong a position.
When you show the market size, that was $84 million. Where is that coming from?
The information? I mean,
Is it from tourism or where exactly?
no, training. It's only training. We focused for the rest of. We were focusing 2 markets. Now we're focusing just one, based on what we have learned in this week.
Any questions?
Just a suggestion, why don't you maybe next time use one of the cases with the customers you've done, like Nestle or Unilever, to present the idea and what they did with them. I think it will make it much more tangible for the audience to understand what the benefits were they got from it and why they decided to do it.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does Scavenger also do the content design? Or
What they
just
do?
supply the platform? I don't know Scavenger that well.
They don't. What they do is, mainly what they do is they deliver the platform with, for the people who can just check. They are rising a lot of the spots around through the world. What they have is also some people, if you want to build a game, they deliver it for you something special. They have a price, but they don't have so much. I've been searching, I've been using Scavenger. I'm not a fan of Scavenger, but I've been using them to be close to them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on. Go.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. I just want to start off by saying that in my country, before you do anything brave, typically catch a bull, you'll dedicate whatever you're going to do to someone. I'd like to do that today. A special friend passed away yesterday. Great inspiration for me and someone who always believed in me. His name is Theo Vasconcelos, and he's a very good social entrepreneur in my country.
Can you talk a little louder, please?
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
So just to present myself, I'm a Portuguese entrepreneur. I was born in South Africa. I moved to Portugal in '85. I majored in economics. I worked in banking for a couple of years. And then I skimmed through the recruitment industry working in companies like Michael Page, Heidrick & Struggles, until in 2004 I set up my own company called Jason Associates. In 2007, I set up a social network called the Star Tracker, and basically that was focused on trying to find the Portuguese talented diaspora all around the world and capturing their brand awareness to improve the brand awareness of my country as a sovereign country. So from there I took it to trying to create a talent foundation and donating that platform towards the bigger good of my country, and that's been quite an adventure for 2 years, and now I'm going to present the Plan B, which is called Mighty. So as I said, the experience of setting up a social network to basically help people focus on opportunities and actually tackle a global market for talent made me understand a little bit better about the way how people really are recruited on social networks, and basically understand that the experience factor is extremely annihilating for people who really have potential but don't have the experience. So at that time, as I said, I was going to donate this towards the foundation, and one of the conversations that was going in my mind was, how do you really tackle talent that is not really just corporate, so that you don't have like a role that you understand, so that you can actually find the potential in those people. I decided to travel to 16 cities over a period of 90 days and speak to Portuguese people around the world. And I started writing down a few adjectives because I missed my kids so much. Adjectives that would describe my kids, and recalling exactly the conversations I had with my dad when I wanted to be first a movie director, then a car designer, then a diplomat. I ended up being an entrepreneur and taking economics just like he did. So one day when I went back home, my elder son Lorenzo, he felt I was quite obsessed with this thing about talent. He asked me an epiphany question, and he says, "So Daddy, what is this thing about talent? Why are you so crazy about talent?" And he actually was very fond of Pokemon cards. So the simplest way I found to describe what talent is was tell him that talent is a special magic that is inside each human being. That when you use it, it actually makes you evolve, you can battle better, you can win, and it actually contagious other people. So he said, oh, that was really easy. And at that stage, as I said, I had already described my kids, so I had a very good idea of handing over when they were 18, a booklet that would describe not only the way I've seen my children over the years, but something that would be useful for them to decide what they could do with their lives. Now that we're ending post-industrial revolution, going into non-linearity in careers and stuff like that. So the idea for me was, why don't I put this on my social network? Why don't I give people a tool that can actually harvest crowdsourcing, give them a bunch of objectives, ask people to think about the people that really know them well, and in front of a multiple option complex of objectives, if these people can get feedback and get like statistical relevance, then besides having the professional profile, they can get words that can describe their real talent. So this is my profile, and the majority of the people that really know me have described me as a creative innovator, an achiever with intelligence, courageous person who's generous. So if you want to recruit me, obviously you can go the experience way and try to help me get into HR, but you can also hire me as a strategic planner at an advertising firm or creator. So I said, okay, there's 200,000 euros going into creating a foundation. I'm not a millionaire, I won't be able to do it, so let's get a plan B. And at that time, I thought, why don't I really make talent avatars? Why is everybody just tangled onto text instead of 3D? Because in fact, what we're doing is we're capturing 3D. my aunt's image of me, my best friends, my wife, my judo professor, stuff like that. So I said, why don't I mix the talent tags that I've designed, the know-how that I have in social networks, and a very cool thing, which is Kid Robot. It's basically a toy concept for designer toys. And so I hired a team of Pixar development guys in New Zealand, and basically we did a 3D model. These are my children, by the way. So I have one more minute. I'm just going to present to you what I'm going to tackle. The problem is kids nowadays have a very hard time finding out what they're going to do. Psychometric testing will tell them what they're good at. It won't tell them their options on a market dynamics basis. So what I'm going to do is create an application on Facebook that, oops, let me just go there. Oops. Okay, I have to be patient. There you go. So basically, the prototype of the application on Facebook will allow you to capture from your friends, or either describe your friends and generate a 3D talent avatar and post it on their wall. So basically, what we want to do is unleash the social debate about talent and make it into a really fun way. So when I design this toy, the head will portray the personality. So you can choose about a bunch of adjectives. The body will just portray your talent, so an action verb, things that kids say they like to do. And obviously, the values will describe the character and will fill in the arms. Now, by generating a unique talent avatar, people will get a sense that it's okay to say good things about your friend, describe their talents. It's actually fun to collect these toys and maybe even have them in print, but it's much more powerful. There you go.
We can leave the demo in the background.
Okay. Any questions?
So can you just, in 30 seconds to a minute, explain what the product is?
Yeah, the product is basically an app that helps kids get self-knowledge and clarify their decision options, their career options.
How do you monetize this?
Well, we're going to monetize like threadless, so the merchandising is going to sell out like t-shirts, visit cards for kids, and also the small robots. So we'll ship them by postage for the first phase, so we can pay for the community development. But actually what we're going to do after that is we're going to sell this information to companies, because companies are going to add to profiles like on LinkedIn to really capture the value through trusted references. And so that's going to be like a LinkedIn type of model. And from there, we're going to go into a social game that will actually help kids corroborate their talents as well. So it's going to be like going to a PSP model where we think companies will design games to have recruitment customers or including private businesses. So it's evolutionary.
It's futuristic.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
At the end of it.
Thank you.